Uncertainty in Richmond. Governor Northam tries to save himself after that racist photo from his EVMS yearbook is brought to light. That is our top story this Monday night. Thanks for staying up tonight. I'm David Allen. Governor Northam is still on the job tonight. He's promising to win back your trust. But at least one political expert says his path to do just that and save his political career is very narrow. Here's what happened since you left work. Governor Northam is asking his cabinet for more time to decide if he can remain in office. Finance Secretary Aubrey Lane says he told the governor the Commonwealth can't afford a long period of uncertainty. And we learned the conservative news site who first published the photo says they were tipped off by someone upset by the governor's comments on abortion. Here's how we're covering this story for you tonight. Janu Her asks if legislators have the power to remove Governor Northam. But we begin with Robert Boyd on the campus of William and Mary.
He's definitely not getting a lot of love on campus because of his actions, and so it's good for the campus to make a stand that we don't support those actions.
William and Mary students showing a sigh of relief as they were informed Governor Ralph Northam will no longer be attending the Charter Day festivities, including President Catherine Rowe's inauguration.
The past couple days, clearly, this issue is very close to home. I know I canvassed for him when he was running, so it's like an issue that really affects people in this area. So I think people were upset about it.
Students say they were ready to protest if the governor did show up.
I think students would have spoken up, and I don't think that's inherently a bad thing.
On Monday, President Rowe released this statement. Under the circumstances, it has become clear that the governor's presence would fundamentally disrupt the sense of campus unity we aspire to and hope for with this event. We have conferred with the governor's office, and he will not be part of Friday's program.
So I think it was a great idea for President Rowe to send out that email. And not only does that support our unity, but it actually, I think, brings us closer.
Students say Charter Day is about highlighting the strides William and Mary has made as an institution of higher learning. And there's no way that would be possible with the governor present.
It takes away from the celebration and the focus of our school and saying, you know, we've been here for 300 plus years. We're excited about that.
William and Mary's been really focused on emphasizing our diversity and working to reflect upon our past and move forward in the future.
And Robert joins us live from the College of William and Mary. Did you find any students who feel the governor should be given a second chance here?
No, I really didn't. Of course, I didn't speak to every single student on campus, but I did speak to over a couple dozen students, and they all seem to agree that it would have been a huge distraction if Governor Northam came to campus this week. And they also agreed that it's just too soon to forget about that yearbook photo. It's still fresh on everyone's mind.
Robert, thank you. New numbers reveal more trouble for Governor Northam. Morning Consult, the polling place, they found his approval rating dropped 19 points since the scandal broke. No matter how long those numbers go, or how low they go, I should say, can lawmakers remove the governor from his office? Over this, Janu Her asks the experts.
Days after this photo surfaced from Governor Ralph Northam's EVMS 1984 yearbook, the pressure still continues to mount for him to step down. Even some of the state's most influential Democrats, from Senator Tim Kaine to Senator Mark Warner, have called for Governor Northam to resign. Still, the Commonwealth's leader refuses to give up his seat.
There is nothing in the Virginia Constitution that says a very unpopular governor can't still be a very unpopular governor.
Christopher Newport University political professor Quentin Kidd says even if push comes to shove, Governor Northam can't be impeached under the Constitution of Virginia.
The Constitution envisions removing a governor for reasons of mental or physical incapacity or something like that. The Constitution doesn't seem to envision a situation where a governor would be removed for political reasons.
The Constitution states that the governor may be impeached if offending by malfeasance in office, corruption, neglect of duty, or other high crime or misdemeanor, which in this case, Kidd says won't happen to Governor Northam. Virginia House Speaker Kirk Cox says he hopes the governor steps down.
I think there's a rightful hesitation about removal from office, because obviously you have to consider that to some degree you're overturning an election.
He says the governor has lost the support of the people to govern effectively.
So an impeachment, that's a very high standard. And so I think that's why we have called for the resignation. We hope that's what the governor does. I think that would obviously be less pain for everyone.
And Janu, some people may wonder if a governor can ever be impeached.
Yeah, well, political analyst Quentin Kidd says actually no governor in Virginia has ever been impeached, and actually no governor has actually stepped down mid-scandal since the 1800s.
All right, Chanu, thank you. Let's talk about the man who could take over if the governor resigns. Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax is the second African-American to be elected to statewide office in Virginia's history. He's worked hard to close the racial gap in the Commonwealth, calling out lawmakers who honor Confederate generals. He's also backed efforts to remove a Robert E. Lee statue following the violence in Charlottesville. He's facing trouble of his own tonight, an alleged sexual assault scandal dating back 15 years. It showed up on the same right-wing website that first published Northam's yearbook page. Here's what Fairfax had to say about it today.
They think that, there's a possibility that I might be elevated to the governorship. It's at that point that they come out with the attacks and the smears.
Someone tipped off the Washington Post to this in 2017. They investigated and found no one was able to confirm the details. All of this messing things up at the State House. Today was supposed to be the busiest day of the year for lawmakers, and it was. Despite the distraction, the House of Delegates voted on more than 300 bills during today's 9.5-hour session. One local lawmaker found the time to talk to reporters. Congressman Donald McEachin's district stretches from Richmond to Suffolk. He tells ABC's Tom Llamas it's time for the governor to step down.
Congressman, do you think he's holding the state government hostage?
I wouldn't say he's holding the state government hostage. I think he's trying to hold on to a legacy. I think he's trying to rehabilitate himself. And there's a place for him to do that, but it's as a private citizen. It's not as a governor of Virginia.
You'll be able to hear more from Congressman McEachin tomorrow on Good Morning America. Here's another thing. We're hearing from a man who says he was Ralph Northam's roommate at EVMS. Rob Marsh says he knows the governor isn't in that controversial picture. Marsh says he was at that Halloween party where the now infamous picture was reportedly taken. He says he first learned about the picture on Friday when the news broke.
I was really stunned. I was at the Halloween party that Ralph went to, and I know what he wore exactly. Ralph comes out, and he's dressed. I remember it because he had a three-piece suit on, and he had a briefcase.
Marsh claims the governor dressed up as an attorney for that party. Politically, he thinks Northam can bounce back.
I think it's going to be tough for him. I think as a person he can. He's a tough person. I know Ralph would do what he thinks is the best thing for the Commonwealth of Virginia.
As for that photo, Marsh says it could have been a prank, that somebody may have put the image on Northam's page without him knowing. We could get more answers about that yearbook and how it was put together tomorrow. A press conference will be held at EVMS tomorrow afternoon. Trust 13 News now to bring you that new information as soon as it comes down. We're following this story very closely to bring you the most complete coverage. More political news, and it's breaking out of New York City. Federal prosecutors issue a subpoena seeking documents from Donald Trump's inaugural committee. It's not clear what documents are being requested. Last year, the Wall Street Journal reported federal prosecutors are investigating if donors made contributions in exchange for political favors. Back at home, we're following a breaking story out of Newport News. A man is shot in the city's East End, and police are still searching for the shooter. We're told this happened around 8:45 around 36th Street. Police tell us the man who was hit is expected to be okay. Well, let's take you live to the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. Photojournalist Connor Reel behind the wheel for us tonight. Since you got home, crews started fixing a big problem on the M&M. You might have seen it driving through the wet pavement at the end of the tubes, even when it's dry out. VDOT is working to stop that from happening by stopping water from leaking into the tunnel. Engineers say it's a matter of man fighting Mother Nature.
The water finds a way, especially when it's around these structures that are underwater. This is going to take care of it once and for all.
In the meantime, expect slowdowns, lane closures, and delays up to 20 minutes. Work should wrap up, we're told, by the middle of May. It was one of those places that just seemed to attract trouble. Now a Kempsville bar is closed for good. We broke down the numbers and found at least 2 people were shot at Cali Sports Bar within the past 4 months. Those who worked at the bar said the violence had nothing to do with the business. Neighbors we talked to said otherwise.
Cali Sports Bar and Grill. I guess they were having something after hours, and I guess something just went wrong.
It seems like it's just not a great local spot to have. It's bringing too much attention to that parking lot.
The violence isn't the only issue the bar was up against. Search warrants reveal police are investigating if one of the bar's co-owners wrote a bad check to a T-shirt company for more than $1,000. All new tonight, a warning from Newport News police after 11 cars were stolen last week. They say 8 of them were taken right from the owner's driveway as the car was warming up. The solution? They tell us it's easy. Don't make yourself an easy target for thieves by leaving your car running. Social media is a breeding ground for misinformation. That's where the Verify team steps in. We heard about this warning. It says, community alert. 3 or 4 guys may visit your home claiming they are from a water company or an electric company to change energy-saving electric bulbs. The post claims the men then rob people at gunpoint. Sound alarming. But is it true? The Verify team reached out to police departments in Hampton Roads. We heard back from Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Newport News, Hampton, and Norfolk. Each department says they don't have a single report of this happening. We dug further and found variations of this warning have been floating around online since 2012. Fake then, fake now. Some new versions have this Ring video attached, but that video actually comes from Canada and isn't even related to the warning going around. So we can verify sharing this fake post won't help anyone. But if you ever get a knock on the door from someone claiming to be from a water or gas company, police say to ask for some ID, then call the company they say they work for to verify for yourself if they're the real deal. Have something like this to verify? Let us do the hard work for you. Reach out to the Verify team by email, verify@13newsnow.com. You can also get our attention on Facebook and Twitter.